We are mobile today, going on a stroll. There's usually simple scenery, nice and calm, but that scenery is getting worked on. So we're gonna go outside for a little walk. You know, wanted to talk to y'all once again. Man, it's about to be a straight yapping channel if I don't get my stuff together. But it's okay. Everything's okay. You gotta think positive, you know? But I say that almost every video. I'm always gonna reiterate, so you can really get a clear grasp of what I'm trying to say. But I don't want all my videos to be repetition. Today, our certain focus is who are you? You know? It's not what philosophy, but it's just a general question. Who are you? And what makes you you, you know? Some people be like, oh, I know who I am. I got my favorite song, my favorite genre, my name, my favorite color. But does that really determine who you are? I feel like to get a great, I feel like if you need like a deep grasp of yourself, you gotta really not search, but mm, look for something more than what you like, because that's just a surface level. Because I'm still figuring out who I am, to be honest. It's not a lack of communication. It's just mm, people say you need self love to understand yourself, but you can love yourself dearly and still be shallow, still come off arrogant, condescending. That's why you got so many just surface level people chilling. That's cool, though, to be honest. Mm, makes you think for real. If you're like very self conscious of everything you do, you're never gonna make anything. You know, I feel like that's what was stopping me. That's why I didn't start earlier. Uh, I was so self conscious on, nah, not having self conscious, just anxious on, be like, dang, this is gonna be a slow start. It's not gonna blow up. You're gonna be stuck with like one like and a view. So like, what's the point? But everybody started somewhere. You can't compare yourself to the greats until you establish your own. That's like you just picking up a basketball and then you just compare yourself to one of the top prospects in the 2025 draft. It's not how it's gonna work. But in some people's mind, it's just like that. So to differentiate between yourself and your mind, you know, because I feel like yourself is different for everybody. When people look at me, it's usually, I don't know, you just a dude, or I don't know, they just you don't really talk, or oh yeah, I know him. He's alright. It's never really a deep analysis until it's like maybe a family member or a close friend, or maybe like just a loved one. Yeah. Once I establish myself on this platform, I will be more than just what I look like and what I used to do. Cause in my eyes, I haven't really done anything with you know of any stature. I want to break the status quo of just being some generic black dude, and that's pretty hard to do when you got people calling you mid recording session, you know. But it is alright because at the end of the day, you are not just emotions. You're not just your thoughts. You're not just your actions. You are more on that. It comes to a point where you really gotta understand that you can build amongst yourself, not just by taking other people's ideas or just, ooh, that's a nice trend. Let me hop on that and let me establish myself by perfecting that craft. Like, you can perfect your craft more than just seeing something. Because, like, to be honest, if you think about it, you're not really seeing. It's your brain perception of the outside world. That's why your brain fills in spots you can't see, you know? So, dang. So, I don't know. I was so paranoid on me starting another video and me just yapping and not getting to the point. But the point of today is you, you know? And I really feel like me ignoring things is to better myself, not just ignore it to be, blatantly rude. It's just, I'm starting to see that I can be more. I just gotta develop. But what am I developing? That is the question. Because, in my eyes, being a jack of all trades, it's good for the outside world, but for yourself, it's not, because you're not perfecting your craft on one certain thing. Because you can be sub-minimal to multiple things, to, aptitude things. It's just, if you're good at multiple things, what are you great at? What are you best at? That's that's what the struggle with me. Because I feel like I can't just stick to one thing. I just gotta find something I can stick with. Like this. This is not. Yeah, that's not my forte. I'm doing it because, not really a reason, but I feel like I should. Because everybody got a voice. Everybody wants to be that wow factor. Everybody wants to be that. Ooh, they're watching me. Because at the same time, my actions are already studied and calculated for no reason. And I'm a nobody, so I feel like I'm just amplifying that once I start this. It's a broad statement to say everybody wants to know what I got going on. It's just people with no lives. Or people that hates me. Or people who try to find the worst out of me to prove they're better. Or sometimes just to prove others they're better than me. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm not really good at anything. The only thing I'm good at is just, you know, making it seem like I'm good at something. I study a particular part of a subject, get good at, the broader areas, and then make it seem like that. Because, if you study your craft long enough and you just get down to the broader areas of things, you can look good at anything. That's why people that don't play basketball think that if you can dunk and you got a couple fancy dribbles in your bag, he's pretty tough, he can go places. But it's not it. That's only for, you know, 1v1s, but you got to be a team player to really understand the game. That's why so many people have different opinions on that subject. Like, oh, he's the best. No, he's the best. They're all the best, but in different areas of the game. And once you understand that, it gets way better. What I need to grasp is, I don't know, I can't control everything. You're going to look awkward on camera. You got to have more stage presence. And you got to come with a plan. Those are the 4 things, almost 5 things, I don't really have during this. So what I'm really trying to figure out is how to better myself in a way where I don't not just look stupid, because, you can be perceived as intelligent and still be dumb. It's all just a mask, it's a persona, it's an ego. But I had a conversation with somebody, you know, and they made me start to realize that I'm not really a so-called good person. I'm very not bland, but I just look at everything not as face value, but as it is what it is. It cannot be changed. But I feel like that's it's very hypocritical of me because like I used those things used to be done to me, and I used to hate it. I used to hate it so much that I would just really be in the deep thought, pondering of, dang, what are you really made for? What are you good for? You know, if people are walking all over you, it's obviously for a reason, and it's not just, oh, maybe he just doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what's best for him. But everybody knows what's best for you except you for some reason. Is it not miraculous? I think it's crazy. It's okay. It's okay. You know? We're gonna have slight breaks in the video. Mainly because I'm starting to overthink this video, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, there's a dog. I'm finna walk the opposite direction. Not because I'm scared of the dog, but I know my place. I know my place in the world, and it's not walking in that direction. I have changed the trajectory of my life just by not doing that one option. Well, let's get into that. Let's get into that. That right there, options, and you change your path of your life. You know, I think so heavy on every decision I make, but at the same time I don't. Like I make it seem like I don't think it, but in my head I'm like, dang, if I went this different route, if I went left instead of right, what would have happened to me? You know, that's why I start to really correlate things that don't have any connections. I'm like, dang, what if I put this shit on today? Maybe I'll get a different opinion, and maybe that changed my whole perspective on life. And that's the key word. That's the ringer right there. Perspective. Perspective will be my main grasp for this, my whole channel. Cause I feel like once you fully grasp perspective, you start to see the world differently. But that's what everybody says. But it's not just, oh, if you was in his shoes or you're playing devil's advocate. No, it's not that. It's just once you see, you truly see what's going on in the world. Just truly see what's going on in the world. You start to ponder if every choice you make has a full-on reaction to your next step in life, because everything you do is an investment. Sometimes it can be an investment to your health, your intelligence, your time, your effort, but it's always an investment. Me doing this right now is an investment to my success. But as I walk around, I start to see judgment. Judgment everywhere. That's why people never do what they truly desire, because of judgment. So you can't change the consumer, change the product. Some people will get that, some people don't, or some people will misinterpret that. But if you misinterpret it, that means you understand it somewhat. Because once you grasp the surface level of an idea and you misinterpret it, it means you still understand the first aspect of it if you twist it. Because if you can twist my words, you understand what I was saying. If you can twist my words into the complete opposite of what I meant, then you truly know what I was trying to go for. You know? That's why manipulation is so easy if you have a broader knowledge of, people's reactions, emotions, and patterns. But I just hate those people who be like, oh my God, I'm just so smart. I track and study everybody's patterns, so I just know how people work. And they don't know not a they know not a grain of salt to them. They don't know anything. They just seem they know everything. They just assume they know everything because of their age or their status. That's why I hate putting age on me, because I look in my late teens. I could be 14, 15, 16, 17, or I could be 20, 21. But once you put an age on your body or in your knowledge, I feel like you put a lock or a handicap per se on your knowledge, because they can be like, oh, like I was about to say that, but they'd be like, oh, this young boy, he don't got that much yellow. I got a couple few years on. I got more experience, so I could talk to him. I can little do this, man, But I feel like that's not always the case. You can't just not even degrade, but belittle somebody's intelligence just because of their age. Because I feel like the younger you are, the more you're open to new experiences. Your mind is so malleable when you're young. That's why, like, when you're super young, I mean, like super duper young, you can pick up skills so easily. Your whole body and your mind and your consciousness is so new, but not fragile. New but strong and malleable. You can do anything. That's why people say you can do anything when you're that age. That's what I feel like the greatest power, second to knowledge, obviously, is youth. Like, that's why I'm low-key, because, like, other people be like, oh, I can't wait to grow up. I'm be like, low-key, I don't want to grow up. Not just for the responsibilities, but I feel like the younger you are, the more power you have. That's why you gotta think. You gotta really think. In all aspects of the world, the younger the better. Now that sounds crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that did sound crazy, but that's just me being immature, because I know what I meant. But some people might take it wrong. But it's okay. I ain't gonna lie, I hope the audio is not so bad, because this is my first time ever rocking around and, having a little dialogue with myself. I'm looking kind of crazy right now, but it's alright. We gonna get over that. But I feel like the more crazy you look, the more detached you get from the real world. That's why I see all these YouTubers and these streamers, when they're like doing live streams, they seem so detached. Like they, like they don't grasp the concept of not just only respect, but social cues. So that's why I think it's kind of crazy to start this, because you got to think. Everybody got their own thing going on in their world right now. So it's just, what are you gonna do? as I'm making this video, you gotta think. Somebody's down on their luck. Somebody's starving. Somebody's going to work. Somebody's contemplating of still being on this earth. That's why I say perspective is the most beautiful thing. Because you gotta see yourself in so many different limelights. Like, what is it gonna take for, I don't know, for you to understand what other people go through? But I feel like you don't have to be knowledgeable to understand that. So we're gonna sit down, have a human to human talk. You know, your imperfections make you. That's what I think. Like, my imperfections makes me, even though I hate them. My bad skin, my crooked teeth, my baggy eyes, you know. But it's okay. Because who wants to be perfect? Shit, I ain't gonna lie, I do. Very shallow, I'm lying. But I feel like if you reach your so-called perfect, you don't get bored, you feel unsuccessful. You just subside, you stay there and think like, dang, I'm here now. What do I do? You shoot higher. Ooh. Nobody. No. People don't want to shoot higher. They're lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I'm lazy in different aspects of my life. Because you gotta think. I might be stuck in the same place for the next couple months. I know it's okay. But it's not okay, but you just gotta take what you're given, you know? Get you a cliche quote. Life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Somebody right now is my fault. Matter of fact, it's none of my business. You gotta stay hyper focused on what we're talking about. I get distracted by background noise pretty easily. That's why I gotta focus intently. I feel like we was on the right track, but we started, drifting off once again. But who knows? Being different really helps you advance in life. Because nobody wants to be normal. That's why everybody says you're different in your own way. But if everybody's different, that means everybody's normal. Because normal is what you're trying to differentiate, you know? So if you're different, you're basically normal. Sharing this, alright, that was corny. But like, that shit crazy? Excuse my language, but it ain't crazy. But, hey man, it's okay. Because there's nothing wrong being normal or chilling. Because some people, they don't live with a purpose. There's nothing wrong with that. Because there's many people that live with a purpose already. That's what I think. Some people are cool having a 9 to 5, running around, paying their bills day to day. Got a nice little house, got a nice little car, got a nice little family. And that's the perfect life. There's nothing wrong with not wanting more. But with me, I want more. I see myself with more. People don't see no potential in me because I'm just an average dude and I don't say that much. And all I do is, I guess, joke around if I know you and just don't say anything if I don't know you. But like when I was a little bit younger, I started to see that. So I was like, I need to embrace something different. You know what I'm saying? Oof, like it came out. Now, what I mean by embracing something different, uh, basically, I mean, this story ain't gonna mean anything. But I feel like once I blew up, they're gonna know who I was talking about. So I was in my old neighborhood. It was the first day of school. I think we were definitely sophomores. So we got low key got the ropes of things. And there's a new kid on the not on the block, but in the neighborhood, and so we sit by the mailbox and it's made of bricks. You know, we were in the projects basically. So that's what it is. He was sitting on the side of the sidewalk, catty corner by the playground, because the playground is right in front of the mailbox. So he's sitting by the maintenance area where the little garage is at for the golf carts. He just looks petrified basically. So I ain't gonna lie. I kind of I don't know, like the look I had a tank top on, some skinny jeans, a do-rag on, and I don't know, I think a bandana at the time. But that doesn't matter what I had on. My apparel does not matter what I had on. But like in my mind, I'm like, I was in his shoes before, so you know what I did? I was like, yo, bro, you knew? He's like, yeah. I'm like, come on, bro. There's like a little cut because the washer and dryers are at the mailbox. They combining it too. So it's basically like a mega gazebo in the middle of the apartment complex. So once you come in the roundabout, you see the main area for the office, the main office, and then you see the playground, the pool playground, and then the mailbox with the washer and dryer. So I told him to come in, you know. It's like a little cut we all sit by. So much things happen around there, but to this day, we're not connected how we used to be, you know. But I still see him. He changed so much. He got taller. He got skinny. He plays football now. You know, that's good because when I was playing football, it was hard. I ain't gonna lie, it was horrible. But it's okay. This is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a long one. Yeah, all this work chopped up for one view and 2 likes. Oh, but you gotta be grateful. You gotta be grateful that you can, utter these words anyway. It's a wonderful thing to spread your knowledge. But I feel like I don't even got knowledge. I just have opinions. But as I said, some people should keep their opinions to themselves when they don't know what they're talking about. Bro, if you make it, I don't want to be one of them YouTubers be like, if you make it past this video, comment something. But like, if you make it past this threshold, and it's like almost 29 minutes, subscribe. Like that button if you want. It don't matter to me. I'm gonna still be doing these yap sessions until I get full on good grade quality filming gear, But, watch your videos, watch my videos while you eating, cooking, and I'm yapping about life and how I see the world in a different limelight, even though I basically have no experience since I'm a young bull, but it's okay though. Oh snap, I never been in this scenery before, but it's alright. We're gonna sit on the benches. We're gonna sit on the benches and try to wrap this video up. I'm gonna try to chop this junk down to like, if that, 35 minutes. Now that's crazy work. Is that not crazy? That is crazy. But I guess this is where we're gonna end things off. Maybe this time I should have a picture of myself as the thumbnail. But I doubt that will work. I can stand my phone though. That's one thing I can do. But I doubt it will stand. Yeah, it won't stand. Alright, man. It's about 30 minutes of me just yapping. But I feel like this is gonna be my stationary spot for a little minute, so I can collect my thoughts. Alright, man. I just need not even one video to blow up, but like, I feel like once I have one video that does good enough, like, when I mean good, I mean there's their engagement, not just always views. There's engagement, but it's alright though. Sitting here really makes me think that I'm truly blessed. And how am I blessed? I don't know. I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be alive. I'm blessed to talk. I'm blessed to get my opinion out, I'm blessed to have a roof over my head. And I'm also blessed to have people that hate me, Because if you have haters, you're doing something right. But I feel like it's very toxic to say, Oh, what's another thing? Perspective. Yes, that's gonna be our main thing for this. Not even this video, for this whole channel. But update's finna be going. All right, I'm finna be doing my videos like this in a couple of days. I don't have no GoPro, no nothing. But in a couple of days, my videos are gonna be like this. We're gonna be talking. Don't mind the apparel. I would just finish up running, so I had to go take a shower. So that's why I got the headgear on. I know I look silly, but you gotta keep your hair nice. So yeah. I feel like this video will be lost. Not even the algorithm is gonna be lost. It's gonna be that one video for like 7 years that has 25 views, 2 likes, and a couple comments. But the title will always be important for each video. You know why? Because I feel like I can express myself way better on paper than video. I don't know. Because I always lose track of what I'm trying to say. Am I deserving of gratitude? And I guess, what else can you call it? Notoriety? Not really. I don't deserve it, but I'm gonna earn it because I want it. You know why I want it? Because you might hate me, but you're gonna see my face a lot. Like, I promise you. Like, you don't even gotta give me that many years. Like, by the time, I can't put an age, because if I put an age, I might expose my age, but it don't matter. By the time I'm around like 21, pushing 25, I should have something. As long as I stay consistent in my mind. Because I don't want to be consistent and start putting out garbage, So, I'm going to have to wrap this up. Not gonna lie, I'm not putting my face at the thumbnail no more because I look chill. But it's alright. Because, like, there's going to be scenery once again. Because, like, most of, like, all my thumbnails are scenery. Or, like, something I really thought was eye-catching to me. Everybody got their own minds, Our minds are built off of our experiences. So that's why... I was about to say the title. But, like, if you can guess the title, you're an OG. Not an OG, but just a real dude. I'm dragging it out. I'm sorry. I said I'm gonna get 35 minutes. Alright, so I catch y'all guys later, I guess. Bye, man.